Dun, dun, thunderstruck. Yeah. People keep asking about the mandals, the bro candles. We're doing it, kids. We're figuring it out.
That was great, man.
I can't wait for those. They're coming to you. We're even thinking about doing a craft night. We all get together and just do man stuff. Right? Drink beer and fart and do whatever else that we need to do.
Tell loud, nasty jokes.
That's right. Horrible things. Have chicken wings, and then we'll make mandals that smell like gasoline.
And explode like it, too.
That's right. And regret and sadness.
Well, remember, we said we would throw in regret if you bought 2 bad decisions.
Oh, there's a plenty of them out there, guys. There's a plenty of bad decisions out there. Speaking of bad decisions, I hope we're not going to do anything in Iran.
No, we are.
Yeah, I know we are.
Yeah, I mean...
Help's on the way, Ken.
I don't know. Yeah, help is on the way, and then Trump today says, I don't know if I'd get out of there.
It's going to be great. We're going to go in there and take out the mullahs.
Anytime I hear this kind of rhetoric, it takes me back to when one of my music directors, when I was doing record promotion, she was in the reserve, and they had called her up, and she did her time for Desert Storm. Yeah. Excuse me. And she told me at one time when we were at lunch that she had been, before the first bomb dropped, she had been in Iraq for 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
Living out in the desert, and they were mapping communications.
I mean...
And so I guarantee you there's people in there that are looking at stuff right now that they need for a strategic strike.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And think about, too, Mossad has been in there for a long time. And so I just don't want to... Look, have we not learned our lesson, whether it's South America, whether it is in the Middle East, have we not learned our lesson?
Chad, bombs have expiration dates.
They do. They have,
and they have to be used before those dates.
It's government. Right? We got to use everything up or we don't get any more. Here's the thing, guys. We've run out of stuff. We couldn't... The 12-day war was supposed to be 35 days. And they're like, we can do maybe 18? Maybe? So I don't know what kind of strategic fight that we could put on them. One of the things, too, would be interesting is you say that the help is coming. Okay, what exactly does that mean? Because if they're all fighting in the streets and all these kind of things, what are we going to do? We're just not going to lob stuff in there into crowds because that kills everybody. That's probably not a good look.
Start hitting police stations and bases and mullahs' homes. And
we got to ask Bibi Netanyahu because, that's what he wants to figure out what we're doing. And I think the guy that they would like to see run the country is like a friend of Mossad. No, that's the other thing, man. Let them do their own thing.
Let them pick their leader.
Let them pick their leader. Once again, it doesn't work when we do it. It doesn't. It doesn't. This younger generation wants to pick their leader, and they should have every right to do it. Every right to do it.
We picked for Afghanistan, and that didn't work out.
It did not work. That guy, remember that guy left before our people left. His plane could barely take off because of all the stuff he stole.
Oh, he was banking. He was taking grift in a big way.
Yeah. And the Shah, by the way, the one good thing I said about Trump on this one, he's already put that to bed about the Shah's son returning. No, it shouldn't happen. No.
Well, and the Shah's son has been on social media.
Talking about his return.
Yeah, it's like, dude, just sit down.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere. Just enjoy Fairfax, Virginia, wherever you're living, right? Wherever we've got you set up. Here's a little bizarre situation many of you guys don't know. There are several places in and around, D.C. and the Virginia area that are all deposed generals and former leaders of stuff that basically they're on witness protection here.
Yeah, we gave them asylum and
we bought them a house. We gave them all kinds of money. They just, they're raising their family here and they used to be like the butcher of death back in their home country. So I hope we don't go in there, but you never know. You never know. No, Marco can't lead Iran. Although he can. Did you see what Trump truthed out today? On top of his truth, it says, he had like the You know, when you go to Wikipedia and it has what you are, it's like the president from. He has president of Venezuela, and then he has president of the United States.
So how is he supposed to run Venezuela, Cuba, Greenland, and Iran, and still be Secretary of State and National Security?
Well, he can't run
advisor?
Iran. They're not going to let him do that. We're not going to let little Marco.
They're going to make him do that.
No, because he really wants Cuba. He's going to focus on Cuba because that's what he really, really wants. That's what he absolutely must have. But I just
was he born here or did he come with his parents?
His family was actually chased out by Batista.
Oh, okay.
So from what I understand,
then he was born here.
yeah, he's born here. So if I'm correct, if I remember, because you've got Ted Cruz when his dad wasn't trying to kill Kennedy or whatever that Trump accused him of. Remember that?
Yeah.
Dad, didn't your dad try to kill Kennedy? You're like, what are you talking about? Little Marco. But I think his family was out prior to. But, of course, if you're living in Miami and anywhere around there, that whole place is Cuban, Venezuelan.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Puerto Ricans.
But dominantly Cuban because it's so close to the
so
island.
Close.
I mean, you've got all these immigrants and people that have established asylum here legally, and they want to stay down close to the island. So when it falls, they don't have that far to rush back.
Yeah. And that's what I want to see is how many people think they're going to be able to return home and then take their land or whatever they think was theirs back. Because there's a lot of people that have given to Trump in particular, because Trump, this is a lot of what's pushing the South America stuff has been that, giant, huge group of folks in Miami and South Beach and everything that have Trump's ear in a mega way that they've wanted this. And now we're going to get Iran. I don't know who's calling for that. I was saying today, so the same people that everybody said 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago when I would talk about this is they're screaming death to America. Now we're going to go in there and do what? And by the way, a vast majority, much like what you see on television when it comes to the Democrats and all they ever show is purple hair, or all they ever show for Republicans on the left is some dude with 3 teeth and a red hat going, we're going to get you. Most of the people, of the 100 million people, don't want death to America, don't want death to Israel. What they want is opportunity to rejoin modern society. That's what they want. It's the economy. And that's what this has been about, the economy.
I know most people haven't probably ever bothered to look at the difference, but if you look at what Iran was in the early 70s, mid-70s before Khomeini took it back over.
It was a very modern society.
Yeah, it was absolutely a modern society. You could look at pictures and go, oh, that's probably New York.
Beirut and Tehran. So when I lived in England for some of you, oh, my God, you're going to say, you lib, Bureau. When I lived over there, some of my good friends who were older than us, in fact, this family I stayed with for a while, they used to talk about spending their holidays in Beirut and Tehran because that was kind of like the cool place to go. They got beaches, they got all this stuff, and that was
great hotels, awesome restaurants.
That was their version of us, going to Miami or something, or Mexico, and then it all went to hell. So let's see what happens. And Tehran, I was showing Bell earlier. We were looking at this mall. It is. You would think it is Saudi Arabia or, one of the shishi malls we have here. It was so gorgeous. They just don't have anything left. Nobody's dealing with them.
And unlike our malls, there's had people in them.
Yes, unlike our malls. That's kind of what I've gotten into, watching people go to abandoned malls. It's an odd thing. There's one.
That's cool. I like that.
Have you watched it? Have you seen any of those? There's one that it's so weird. It's an abandoned mall that they're trying to redo stuff with, but somebody put a bunch of pickleball courts in it. And so it's like you go to the mall and it's like quiet, then you turn the corner like what used to be the Orange Julius and a bunch of people playing pickleball.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Rivergate.
It is.
Because that used to be the place I would hang as a teenager.
Was that the go-to place?
Yeah. And it was just cruising and walking around the mall and going into the record stores, and you'd go into Sharper Image is
you're
just
awesome.
doing what teenagers would do. And there's a huge gap between that experience now versus what it was when you and I were growing up.
Yeah, the kids Like so I've got a soon-to-be 16-year-old in, half a year? Not even that, like 5 months. And I've got a 15-year-old. It's my stepdaughter. They love the mall. They absolutely love going to the mall. And that generation is bringing it back, that kind of going to a place and hanging out and having fun, which I find to be fascinating because they're always saying, can we go to the mall? Can we go to the mall? Because that used to be the place everybody went and hanged, right? We'd go have a malt and see Mrs. Cunningham before we go out to Makeout Point or wherever.
Go do some necking.
Go do some necking.
Go look at the clothes you wish you could afford.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Walk by that dude who thought he was living the dream selling stereos, or the guy, every mall in America had the guy that played those keyboards and pianos. What's going on, kids? Playing him out there. And you're like, that guy, man, he's living the dream.
And what was the leather store? Wilson's?
Oh, yes.
You walk by that and see all those like kick-ass jackets and
Wilson's.
You're just like, oh, I wish I had the money for this.
Man, I wish I had the money for a $163 jacket that has Frey on the back.
Yep. Or a trench coat that was $350.
I know. Oh, God, those were the days. Now kids are trying to go back to the mall, which is, it's interesting because Jack and them, they love to go when they're here. They like to go out and they like to be amongst the people. You know, you think that there's a generation, the younger generation, the Gen Z in some cases, and definitely the Gen Alpha. They want to be out and about doing stuff. They don't want to be sitting around, which I love, which I absolutely love. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens if we start bombing. Iran's was never like the rest of the Middle East. In pictures, it looked like American streets and towns. The people were way more civilized intelligence. Yeah. It was never like Iraq. It was never like Afghanistan or Pakistan. Iran has always been one of the leaders when it comes to as far as technology, intelligence. They've had all of those things that the others didn't have because they were so much more advanced. And Beirut used to be that way too. But then, of course, it all went sideways. And once we cut them off from the rest of the world, sometimes it's by default. If you tell everybody you can't be friends with us anymore, and the only people you can be friends with are the Russians and the Chinese, and the leaders are evil, they got no choice. So I'd love to see them bring back in the fold. That'd be very interesting to see. But I just don't know what we do in that situation. How do we maneuver around that? And how do we make sure that they know we're there to support them when eventually they get their thing done? Because I don't think any of us want to try to rebuild because it's not going to work the way that we want the Constitution and the liberty and the freedoms. You got to let them do their own thing. All right, coming up, it is Hot Take Tuesday. Got some hot takes here. Some of you chiming in already. Gen Xers. Yeah, we all have fond memories of them all. Spencer's. Still there, by the way, Spencer's. Although you go into Spencer's now, it's just basically T-shirts of The Cure and of Gumball and sex toys.
I'd be curious to see what their percentage of brick and mortar sales are versus their internet sales.
That is interesting. That is very interesting. We should check that out. We have a machine that we can do that. We'll talk about many things, but first, Hot Take Tuesday, straight ahead. Chad Mitchell, Super Talk 99.7.
All this and more at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It is Tuesday on Tuesdays. We have a lot of fun. We do cool stuff always here. We got something going on. Tomorrow's One Hit Wonder Wednesday, so start getting your One Hit Wonder in. But today's one of those days where we let our anger, our thoughts, our hot takes free. Hot take Tuesday. Hot Take Tuesday. I will lead us off this time, boys. There's a band called the Grateful Dead. Bob Weir passed away. I wouldn't have known him. He looks like just a weird, odd dude. He looks like an odd professor that teaches humanities at some college. But really what he was apparently a guy in a band that was annoying. The worst band of all time. They're up there, the Grateful Dead. And I know some of you might like it because you went there and you got high back in the day. But the reality is they were horrible. They were a jam band that made no sense, that was just the worst, okay? Patchouli and weed and horrible shirts and smelly people. God rest your soul.
You go to a jam band show and you only hear 3 songs because each one's 40 minutes long.
40 minutes long. It's like when you go to church and you're like, oh, God, it's this song. It's slow. And there's only 8 words in it, but they're going to sing it 73 times. Yeah, that was them. And remember South Park? When Cartman tried to warn everybody, you can't let jam bands around because then everybody just starts showing up.
And they had to get the giant drill
to drill by everybody. Yeah. Don't allow it to your neighborhood is what I'm saying. Oh, Grateful Dead, gone. Now who's in it? Bruce Hornsby? John Mayer?
Bruce Hornsby has been in it. John Mayer's been. I think they're in what was technically called the Dead and Company. But Bruce Hornsby and John Mayer were like 2 big names that joined up.
Oh, Bruce. We used to like you, Bruce. Right? You had such great albums.
Bruce wanted some drugs. They had them.
That's it. There you go. All right, what do you got for us, Bill?
If you've texted in on this and told me that it's in the settings, it's
Tell
not.
them again.
It's my LG TV is constantly asking me if I want it to stay awake, if I want it to stay on. And if I want it to turn off, I will hit the power button. So LG, kiss my ass and stop it.
So there's that. He's not a fan of that. I get it. You're upset about the whole LG thing, but you know what? You're not looking hard enough. Okay? You're not looking hard enough in the settings.
I shouldn't have to.
Goodness me, he's very angry. Very angry.
Only with LG.
Only with LG. LGBTQ? No, just the LG and the LG.
Roku? Love them.
He's got a lesbian gay television. It's very odd. It's very odd. It identifies as a radio. What do you have first, Ken?
January is proof that the calendar hates us. All the bills, none of the holidays.
All the bills and none
cold.
of the fun.
We got Arctic air coming in tonight.
Oh,
And
are we still
tomorrow.
supposed to get snow?
Yeah. A dusting, they say. Which I'm okay with the dusting.
Yeah, because the dusting, it's in and out. You know, but I would like some snow. So if you could make that happen, I'd appreciate that, weather gods. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, a lot of you are talking about how much you guys hate fish, too. I appreciate that. That's solidarity right there. Fish is just, they're awful. I don't know. I mean, and look, I like music, but that's just bizarre. Even Ken said he was listening to an album, and in one of the songs, it was probably only 2 songs on the album. It was 5 hours long. One of the guys up.
That wasn't fish, though. That was
the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, it was. He was chanting for like 5 minutes, and I just finally said, "All right, let's go to the next." song.
You have to admit, though, you're absolutely no questions about it in the minority.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Because those bands can sell tickets at high prices.
Oh yeah,
Like crazy.
yeah. Pretty girls like them too.
Hairy girls, right? Who don't want to conform to the man. That's who likes him.
The Kylies of the world.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys get that thing I sent you where they stole her coat at a bar?
White men did it?
Yeah, she's running down the street. Somebody stole my coat. You better give it back.
She probably insulted the wrong person.
Tell us where the jam bands hurt you. My ears. That's
My
where
brain.
they hurt me. They touched me in my no-no spot. That's where. Don't do it. Jam bands are the worst. They show up. They never leave. I've been to a couple jam bands things, you know. You know what else? I've been to some reggae. Kind of the same thing.
I never quite got into reggae.
I went and saw.
Although I do like the English beat.
Yeah, but it's ska.
Yeah.
It's a little faster. That's a cross between the two-tone-y kind of ska beat with the islands, and then they throw some punk in there.
Right.
So, because it goes, a lot faster. Where we went and saw, who did I say? I saw Oshwad. Great. They were a great band. They had a couple big hits. But they played their big hits that were radio hits, and then they played their other 48 songs. They may still be playing them. I don't know.
I actually saw Fish at Starwood Amphitheater.
Really?
One of the best naps I've ever had.
Best naps. Why is that? Because you wouldn't even know when the song ends or begins.
Was there a bunch of Maritahoochie smoke in the
Oh,
air?
so
Whole lot.
much hooch.
But it was packed. That was sold out.
Yeah. Fish, that's Fish's thing, right? They're a huge live band because you never know how long the concert will be. Probably 12 hours. crap.
And when you're paying $800 for a ticket, that's getting your money's worth.
Yeah, it's all just the. I'd rather watch. Oh, you know what? I remember when I interviewed. What was her name? The one who ruined her, Yoko.
Yeah.
We were talking about her art exhibit, and she was like, how she stand there and screamed, and I was trying not to laugh. I was like, what are you talking about? And they wouldn't let me ask. So why did you kill the Beatles?
Why did you have John murdered?
Yeah, that's right. We know it was you and Mr. Chapman. He was, that whole thing, though, she was just, remember her art? She would just stand there and go, ah!
Oh, it was, yeah, I saw a video the other night of it was her with Chuck Berry and John and the band, and she's doing the whole screaming thing, and you can just look at
Chuck Berry.
Chuck is looking at her with such disdain.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
Oh, yeah. God, the disdain is spectacular. The way Chuck would look at some of them and give you a look that would be hilarious because some of these people were just, but her, she was a special kind of nut. All right, coming up, we got some more of your hot takes coming in. Talk a little bit about what's going on. The first session of getting together here in Tennessee. What will they do? We shall discuss. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Relief factor. You need some relief? So let's just say you are somebody who's working out a little bit more, right? I'm doing a lot of that. This weekend, lifting weights, running, doing stuff, getting ready, and start playing some, probably start doing hopefully some senior pickleball tournaments coming up. And I'm hitting the weights harder. I'm trying to do a lot of stuff. My legs and stuff, man, they can get sore. And I'm running up and down, doing all kinds of stuff. Started taking Relief Factor months ago. I don't have any of those problems. My knees don't hurt at all anymore. But really my thighs and stuff that normally my hamstrings that would be in so much pain from some of the stuff I'm doing. No. Why is that? Because of Relief Factor. The stuff in Relief Factor is amazing. It's 100% natural. If you've got issues, especially with recovery and your muscles and stuff, and you get home and you just feel like, ugh, this is going to help you in a major way. It's never the workout. It's always the recovery. Let Relief Factor help you with that. Call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF for Relief Factor, or go to relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com. Tell them Chad sent you. One of my favorite texts just came in. I saw Fish in concert in the Everglades for the millennia. They played for 2 straight days. Very minimal break. It was on New Year's Eve. They played from 8 o'clock that night until 6 a.m. I'd have to say it was a cool show, but I don't think I could. I'm sorry. I mean, that makes, what's his name? Bruce Springsteen. He's always playing. 2, 3, 4, 5 hours? 6 hours of guys just playing the same song? No, thank you. I'll pass. I will pass on that.
I'm not a real huge Springsteen fan, but, at least he gives his fans their money's worth.
Yes. Yes. I'm not either. By the way, people keep sending stuff to Bell on how to fix his television. It is arguably the funniest thing.
Yeah, I'm ignoring you
of the day. It really is. My buddy Jim just sent some because he's listening. LG TV change, auto power, off time.
Not there.
And here's the thing. He wouldn't tell you because his pride is not going to allow this to happen. Okay?
I've spent multiple hours trying to figure this out, and it's just not happening.
Multiple hours. Why don't you switch? Because the other TV doesn't do it, right?
Yeah, but the other TV's bigger, and I want to be able to game on that one.
It's Pong, dude.
7 Days to Die.
7 days. It's the only game you play, right?
Pretty much right now, yeah.
What were your go-to games?
What were they? Well, when I was playing online games, it was Star Wars Galaxies, Rising Force Online, and there was one other that I'm trying to remember. Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh, okay. I got a gunslinger game one time. It wasn't Red Dead Redemption. It was before that. It was a big gunslinger game. And the character's name was Cole because I'm so into Westerns. This is how the game went for me. All right? It was Chris Christopherson was the voice of it. And it just kept saying, come on, Cole, because I couldn't move Cole anywhere. I got him stuck behind a rock 2 minutes into the game, and it just kept going, come on, Cole.
Hurry up or we're leaving you.
Come on, Cole. Come on, Cole. Never went anywhere. I'd never played that game again. That was it. Woohoo! Okay, kids. They're in session. By who? The legislators here in session today. Kicked off 2 hours and 41 minutes ago.
It's a new year. It's a new session, but there's going to be a couple things recycled actually from 2025, including a bill that would allow local school districts, public local school districts, to charge tuition to undocumented students. Those for the bill say those students put a strain on the district. Those against tell Fox 17 it would have a negative effect on low-income and immigrant families already struggling to access basic educational resources. It did pass the state Senate last session, but it did not make its way through the House. How about a new bill? Democrat State Representative Gabby Salinas out of Memphis is proposing a bill hoping to keep immigration enforcement away from schools and churches without prior notice. It would bar ICE from all pre-K through 12 school grounds and all church properties without prior notification. Both bills set to be discussed, as well as other things regarding immigration. The session starts up today at noon.
Never been a big, charging the kids. I'm sorry. They're here. It's not their fault. Never, that's never been. When it comes to the kids, you know what? Yeah, their parents may have come here illegally. Some of them may have overstayed visas, whatever it is. Some of them are DACA kids, but whatever. They've been here for a while. I don't think. And who's going to charge that? That's the other side of it. Are you going to? Can the school districts force that? Can can they force it all the way from the top? Can the governor force, hey, everybody's got to do this? I'm not a big fan of that. They're also trying to, are you guys ready for this? Yeah, no tax on the groceries.
Both Republicans and Democrats say they are ready to get back to work, and lowering the cost of groceries is going to be a big topic. Putting food on the table in Tennessee is an expensive proposition. Monique Johnson, who has lived in Tennessee for 55 years, says this is the most uncomfortable she's ever felt.
I need to know exactly how much I'm going to spend when I go in there and what I need and not spend excessively.
In recent years, state lawmakers have taken steps to lower the sales tax on groceries. And State Representative John Ray Clemens of Nashville is now sponsoring a bill that exempts low-income families from paying any sales tax on food and food ingredients.
So the bill won't deal with that necessarily, specifically SNAP recipients. It's going to deal with the more the grocery sales tax side.
I asked Clemens about specifics on the income threshold. He says the guidelines are still a work in progress.
Tennessee has a 4% sales tax on groceries and foodstuffs. So local governments can put up to 2.75% on top of that. And so if we can try to eliminate that grocery sales tax for any families.
Yeah, that'd be great. If we can get rid of all taxes, that'd be phenomenal. Now, here's the problem. Where's the money go? Right? Because it disappears. Okay, great. Now we need to make that money up. So as far as monies, the state would lose close to $1 billion. Now, how do you fix it? Well, several things. Large corporations, you're going to go after them. Budget cuts or reallocation. We know they're not cutting anything statewide in the budget unless they, business taxes and new taxes. And Bell and I were talking about this before the show. So you're going to go tax businesses more. So then they can do what? Pass that on to you. So we're back in the same position that we were prior. Or close the loopholes in certain corporations. Which could bring in 900 million-ish. I mean, so when you break it all down, it sounds awesome. Oh, what can we do here? But at the same time, it's like we've got to figure out a way to, talking about, and this is the thing that's frustrating. We always talk about taxes and inflation. Is the earnings keeping up with it? If inflation's up 70%, but your pay's up 90%, you don't care. If it's up 3%, your pay's up 1%, you care. That's a tax. There's always going to be some inflation, and inflation's a little bit hotter than they thought, according to the new CPI. But what about the earnings? How are people going to earn more? What are they going to do? How can they better themselves in this situation? Because that's a big portion of it. And, I've always said the way that you get ahead isn't by earning more where you are. I've always had to move elsewhere to earn more for the most part, up until the last, decade or so with my shows. But that's how I earned more. So you had to go across the street because you tap out at a certain level and you realize, okay, I'm not going to get it done here. And then you'd have to figure out, okay, how can I make myself more valuable? Which is another big deal. And then the other thing that I found just fascinating and both scary is the fact that, are you ready for this?
Get this, for most families, sending a child to a Tennessee public university costs less than paying for infant daycare.
The eye-opening detail comes from the latest State of the Child report. And parent or not, the financial strain of childcare impacts every industry and really touches everybody in the workforce.
Yes. Yes, it does. It is so expensive. Daycare is getting more and more expensive. We were talking to Ken, about this in the first hour. He said, well, when they had kids, this is before, he said his greatest time of his life was when he lived in Albuquerque and he didn't have to worry about that. But then the kids came along. But they thought the same thing I thought. Okay, you go to work and you're going to earn enough money to cover the daycare. If you were going to earn $100,000 and daycare costs $30,000, okay, you're going to earn $70,000, daycare costs $30,000. If you're going to earn $30,000 and the daycare costs $30,000, that's a waste of our time. But to think that daycare now is on par or more expensive than in-state tuition, whoo, that's crazy. It's about the economy, stupid. We've got breaking news. Are you watching this, young Ken? Timothy Busfield turned himself in.
Yeah. He posted a video that TMZ has shown on its social medias where he says he had to lawyer up. Then he lawyered up on Friday. No, he got the word on Friday, lawyered up on Saturday, and then drove 2,000 miles to Albuquerque and arrived to face the charges, which he says are untrue, and he is going to fight, and he will be exonerated.
Which is, you and I were talking about, you go into hiding like that's going to, makes people think you're guilty, and you've got to fight, but the damage. It's people.
He's already labeled.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He's already labeled.
This will stick to him, even if he is innocent.
Yeah,
it's going to stick to him.
It's going to stick to him. It is. It's going to, like Michael Jackson. It's a weird thing with
Kevin
Michael
Spacey.
Huh?
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. You're right, but not. What's his name from the Who? Roger Townsend. Who was the one?
Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend. I mean, not Roger Daltrey, but Pete Townsend.
Yeah.
Didn't stick to him with that weird stuff.
No.
But for the most part, it is never going anywhere unless you're Epstein. Apparently that doesn't stick. but it is, and you're still working. You're not 85 and retired. You're still working, and that will stick with you forever now. And there will always be whispers and stuff behind your back.
The thing about Kevin is there was all that preamble of, he did this to this guy and this guy's claiming this. He never saw the inside of a courtroom. He was never convicted of anything.
No, in Europe, he saw the inside of a court. That's why he went bankrupt, because he fought it. And he won. But it didn't matter.
But he's not convicted of anything.
Yeah, he's not convicted of anything. So it's like, he's not convicted of anything, but it will stick with him, just like how they railroaded OJ. Come on.
That man was a national treasure.
Always a national treasure.
And he worked hard.
He did.
Hard to find the actual killers.
He did. He looked at every single, and I do mean every single golf course in Florida for decades.
Yeah, behind the bushes.
Yep. He thought he found him one time inside of a hotel room in Las Vegas, and they were trying to steal all of his memorabilia.
Yeah.
But that was a mistaken identity.
OJ actually sliced a ball one time, and his excuse was, I thought the body was over there.
I thought the body was over there. Ask Cato. That whole thing still today is so bizarre.
Cato Kalin, man.
Again, he became a star in our world.
He did.
A dude who lived in somebody's casita pool house in the backyard became a well-known celebrity for a while.
And nobody really knows what he really did.
Yeah. Who are you? I don't know. It's just a guy that comes with the house, I guess.
He's just Cato Kalin.
He's just Cato. What is he? He's in the entertainment industry. What does that mean? In L.A., it means anything. It means anything. All right, we're going to wrap it up straight ahead. Matt's going to come in for the cross. What do we call it? We call it the welcome Matt now. We're going to call it Matt and I Chat. Matt and I Chat. Straight ahead. Wow, look at it. It must be chilly outside. You've got your jacket on the indoors.
It's cold.
It's cold.
You know, I remember, I was thinking this walking down the hall. I remember a time in my life where I was never cold.
Never.
Like, never cold.
Yeah, you get older.
And you get older, and
it's so weird. At times I'll be like, ooh, I'm doing my work in my studio. I'm like, ooh, it's a little chilly
It's
here.
brisk.
And I should turn on the, I'm going to turn on the old.
Turn on the heat.
Yes. Oh, God. How did we get here?
I don't know.
Next thing you know, we're going to be talking about our hips.
Oh, no, I got a mystery pain earlier today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was right above the right above the leg muscle, the calf muscle there.
Uh-oh.
Right in the bend of the knee. Just rando pain. It'll go away.
Yeah.
Time for a knee replacement.
No, they don't tell you that, but mystery pains. You wake up, you got a pain. 3 days later, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Remember when you were a kid and you're like, Grandma, what's wrong? Your arms are all beat up. She looked like she's been, and she's like, oh, I'm always cutting myself. I'm like, ooh, this is what happens when you get older?
And you think yourself, I'm never getting like that.
I'm never going to get like that.
It beats plan B, kid. Beats plan B.
I pulled a fat reaching for a coffee cup.
That's tough.
Yeah.
He pulled a fat.
Uh-oh, don't do that.
No.
That's the worst.
Hurt really bad.
I've been there. I've been there,
Twisted
done that.
the chunk.
I thought my shoulder. With the shoulders, I thought it was doing well until I'm moving book boxes around and doing all that stuff for the house. And the shoulder is like, hey, we don't, got to build up the strength there, buddy.
Hire a mover, damn it.
Yeah, I've golfed a couple times.
Did it fix it?
No, the golfing seems to be fine. I mean, my game has not. I mean, it would have been a difficult thing to make my game worse. So the game has gotten worse.
I thought maybe it gave you some remember that movie where the little leaguer his arm got hurt? And then he throws, I thought you're coming in I hit it 480 yards now.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I was kind of hoping for that. Did not happen.
Did not
happen. As of yet. Who knows?
So what's going on with you, man?
I don't know, man. We're just, covering the news, trying to figure things out. I spent an hour of my life. If you cannot sleep, I would strongly encourage you to listen to oral arguments at the United States Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah, they'll put you out.
It'll, you'll go to bed. Look, and I'm going to talk about this on the show. Elena Kagan is a left-of-center judge.
Yes.
Sonia Sotomayor, left-of-center judge.
Yes, that's what I hear.
I'm going to have a tendency to disagree with them on, the way that they read the Constitution and the way they interpret the Constitution. But they're both very smart people.
Yeah.
Let's not disabuse ourselves of the notion that these are smart women. Ketanji Brown Jackson is not a smart person. And I cannot get beyond it. She got hung up. She got hung up today. Remember when they were like, what is a woman?
What is a woman? She got hung up again.
She got hung up again today, man. And the hang up is about 2 minutes long, and it is delicious because she verbally boxed herself in a corner where she had to figure out a way out of it without defining what a woman was.
Yeah, they're doing everything they can. And this is why Democrats, this is why you lose all the time.
Well, and you know what? I think they're going to lose this case, and I think they should.
Yeah, they've lost this case.
And what are Democrats going to do with this? This is a great off-ramp for you Democrats on this whole issue. Just take the L, move on, get to things that people care about. But if you dig in and triple and quadruple down on this, because most of America get it. Most of America feel like it's unfair to the girls.
Yeah. Even Democrats feel it's unfair to the girls.
Right. So just, you know what? Just walk away from it. You don't even have to take the L. Yeah. Just be quiet. Walk away.
Walk away.
That's all you got to do.
Say, look, treat the kids good. Don't be mean to them. But we've got other things.
Be nice.
People want to worry about putting, food on the table and make sure that they've got gas.
Yeah. Focus on the economy.
There you go. There you go. Well, it's going to be fun. He's in straight ahead. One Hit Wonder Wednesday tomorrow. Get your One Hit Wonders in later.